Shalom, this is Sharba Sharala Elijah Camp, located in Jasper, Florida. First and foremost, I'd like to all praise, honor, and glory to the Father and the Son, in the proper true Hebrew tongue. Call Olam La, Yahweh Bashima Shai, Bashem, Habakak, Wadash Ma'amoth. Also, the Bon said Elders Apostle GMS, and the Bon Samad as well, Ohio One Basharala, Peace is Lesson 1/3, and Citation for Elect. It's going to be a quick little lesson going on, Spiritual Hydration. Just going on what's the purpose, of being here, you know. And I'm gonna give it a few simple precepts, because this can be a whole lesson, but I just give the key parts, and a promise that was given to us by since the beginning of time, man, just 2,000 years ago, and honestly, you could say since 2006 BC when Jacob and Esau were in the womb, But I'm gonna go ahead and get this in John chapter 14:15. People ask, I'm gonna go get it. If you love me, keep my commandments. So simple as that. If you love the Lord Yahweh Shai, you're gonna keep his law, such commandments to the best of your ability. Now, of course, with IOIC or folly Israelite camps, each level Israelite camps, their main doctrine is to only follow the laws. That's not the whole thing though. You got to get the spirit of truth. Ain't gonna say just only follow the laws. You got to say his name. You got to go out and do the work, And if you're not doing the work, you got to follow the correct doctrine and believe in what's his truth and sincerity and his true name and praying. Get anyone you know, you can tell them. They could be the elect. That's what we're looking for, the elect. So the duty, the duty and the purpose of being here and being here now is, and the whole story is to show how much we can love the Lord, to keep his commandments and follow his laws and commandments to the best of our ability. It's to show our love, to show our love towards him. And what does it say right here? Well, this is Proverbs chapter 8:17. He says, I love them that love me. So kind of simple as that. The Lord loves them that loves him. If you know Yahweh Bashima Shai, if you know if you know that he created the whole earth, the universe, earth and the heavens, you know that he sent his begotten son, his perfect sacrifice to die for his people, then you ought to want to love the Lord even more than that, even more than you love him now, because he did all things for us. He did it for his people. He can just destroy the earth right now and make a whole new one right now, and with new people and all that. He can raise up rocks, but he wants to find us. He wants us to find him, and he making it known that he's revealing himself, and he already has revealed himself unto his prophets. And his prophets are his mouthpiece, and they're gonna reveal it unto more of our people, So this Proverbs chapter 8:17, I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. So come on, man, don't make no tearing to find the Lord. If you want the Lord, you got to do it right now. This is the best time. We're in the beginning. You can say beginning of Jacob trouble, the beginning of World War III. We have more to come, more prophecies to kick off. But we're at the beginning of it, and you can see it in our very face. People still are not able to see it completely, but that's good. Hey, because that's what the Lord has commanded. He also commanded his prophets to keep doing what they're doing. Most of our people, Jake, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds, they kind of a good reason for them rejecting the truth, and most likely the more of the like the stories you like sad stories about the dudes that reject the truth is like they literally can't. They end up like something happened to them basically, like something they might get destroyed like next day. That's how serious it can get if you reject the truth, because it's almost like they don't want to. It's almost like that cliche. I ain't gonna say cliche, but it's almost like a story, in like a superhero movie where the hero gets powers, but they reject the powers and they don't want to do it. But ultimately everything around them just crumbles, and probably their life it begins to as well. They don't want to they don't want to know that Esau is the adversary, is the devil, the physical counterpart of Satan. Knowing that he's the antagonist, they're gonna know that they are now the protagonist, you know, or at least being a let we're each important characters, but the main character, of course, Halashai. But nonetheless, to know that they're a protagonist, they're having a leading role in this story, they cannot accept it, and they have to push it away. But this is James chapter 4:17. It says, "Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin." So it is honestly distressing upon you for and sin and death. Your transgression. You're not following the Lord. If you know that this place is being destroyed, He sent His prophets. You and everything word for word, fact for fact, precept upon precept. You're gonna know. You're gonna want to do better. This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. It says, "And the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother, and his hand took hold on Esau's heels, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them." So Cain going into the Jacob, Yaakov the supplanter, and Esau, the red man, the Caucasian race, the crimson, the criminal, the most heinous villain of all villains, man, and he's real. He's not. He's more villainous than Thanos because he wants to do all that stuff. He want to eradicate. He has eradicated civilizations. He want to minimalize population. He's able to, what do you call it, kind of genocide. Millions of people basically easily with a push of the button and a push of fear. So is there two nations are in thy womb, and the two men of people shall be separated from thy bowels, being Jacob and Esau. Jacob the Israel later being named the name later being changed to Israel. Yasharallah, he's the prince of power. And Esau the father of the Edomites, man. The Caucasian race. It says, "And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder, which is the firstborn, being Esau, shall serve the younger." So with Jacob being well, I get that too. This is second Ezra chapter 6 and 9. "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." So come on, man. To simply put, I mean, this is why we were created. To be them supplanters. This is a story of 4,000 years ago. Now even more crystallized promise has been revealed as well. Around 3037 AD, a promise that Yahweh Shai made to people that saw him, and people that heard his words, through the grapevine. You know, being the kingdom, being regeneration, being back on this earth again, and hopefully be one of the hopeful elect, being able to receive the kingdom and having their names be in the book of life. That's one of the best blessings and promises and a reward for knowing this truth. Knowing this truth is a blessing, and that reward is being the kingdom. But keep doing what you're doing. You know, so just a quick presentation to going into how why we're doing it. It's really more to it. But to simply put it, this is why Jacob is the beginning. And Esau is gonna be the end. He having all the other nations be mad at him, and he gonna push these nations buttons just one more time. The nation gonna rise up, drop that dollar, and drop the missile on his head. 200 million ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. So that's what's we're in the beginning of that. And that's soon finna happen. Very soon, very soon, man. And you want to pray that you're part of the whole elect, or a part of the 1/3. Yahweh design part of the hopeful elect, man, that'll be saved out of the up construction and be the new government of a new Jerusalem, new Yasharallah. you know. But with that, I want to say, Shalom. Y'all, this out of that final lesson, Shalom once again.